Welcome back to Business Today. We are broadcasting live from Nairobi. Let's now talk matters construction. With a growing number of buildings collapsing, contractors and engineers are on the spotlight. To shape these discussions, KTN's economy desk spoke to the Institution of Engineers of Kenya President Nathaniel Matalanga on just who is to blame, plus Kenya's development track record and why the Big Four is a key area of focus for engineers.
Well, thank you for joining us. We want to talk matters to do with engineers in the country. And we are now joined by the president of the Institution of Engineers of Kenya, Engineer Nathaniel Matalanga. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you very much, Abby, and I'm happy to be back.
My first question is your overall assessment of how we have performed as a country when you look at infrastructure. Are we in the right track?
Since taking over, we've had a lot of progress at the institution. We've managed now to revamp the secretariat. We managed to increase the capacity from not just having the chief executive officer, but now we managed to recruit 3 other managers: the manager policy research and advocacy, the manager finance and administration, and the manager membership services. So we expect with those 3 new managers, the level of service delivery from the institution will go up 4 times. And the managers are very good. They're seasoned professionals in their own right, and they have worked very hard. We're managing to organize this conference in-house. Previously, we had to go for an event organizer, but because of the enhancement of capacity of the secretariat, this time we are doing it in-house. We've also managed to raise awareness of the public on who an engineer is. You've seen the recent debate from Parliament when the Kenya Roads Act was supposed to be changed and to open up the qualifications of the Director General of the road authorities to an engineer. How our members came together, we managed to rally them, and we all managed to mobilize, sensitize the members of Parliament until the Speaker and the Chairman of that particular committee on transport, Honorable Posing, withdrew the bill from second reading and undertook to do further consultation. So there has been a lot of activity at the Secretariat, and our members have been active in media. We've also managed to expand the coverage of the institution by going regional. We have a new branch now in the capital, called Capital Branch, which was launched in August this year. We've also approved for launching a North Rift branch of the institution, which we expect will be domiciled in Garissa. And of course, the South Rift branch, we managed to make it active. We have involved them in advocacy issues. We've mobilized them to go to construction sites. When the collapse happened in Kericho, the branch was able to reach out to the site. Also, our branch in Western branch was also able to reach out to Nyamira and Kisumu. Our branch in Western was also able to carry out advocacy activities with the governor of Kakamega. And we've also launched a publication called Engineering in Kenya. We publish it every 2 months. And now we are doing the 4th. We are working on the 5th issue. The last one was the 4th issue. During the launch of the 4th issue, which focused on engineering education, training and practice, we managed to visit all the public universities that are offering engineering. We visited the vice chancellors. We took the magazine to them, and the vice chancellors were very happy that IEK has given them a media of communication, because the work of the university is to publish. So they are very excited when we gave them this opportunity, took the magazine to them, and they undertook to work closely with the Institution of Engineers of Kenya to ensure that the teaching and practice of engineering is popularized. Young people are encouraged to take STEM courses to end up with in engineering courses. We're also encouraging young girls because we have very few women engineers, and the women have a special role to play in engineering matters. So we like to encourage trying to have activities to encourage young girls to take up engineering at universities, because we know that when we grow the percentage, the number of women engineers in the country, we would be able to have more results, more activities, and move this country forward.
Engineer, of course, from where you sit, a lot has happened in the country, especially with buildings collapsing. And are you satisfied with the responses we've been seeing? What can we do differently to ensure that rogue contractors are put to book?
We've always reached out to the regulatory authorities, to the enforcement agencies when these incidences have happened. Our findings have been that many times, Abby, as much as the public would ask a question, where was the engineer? Many times when these incidents happened and we've tried to reach out, we realized that the engineer was not involved. The developer, for some reason, would want maybe the engineer to give him a design, but when he starts construction, the implementation of the project, he's misadvised by the technicians, the local fundis, that they don't need the involvement of an engineer. The recent collapses have been around Kiambu County. So we've had discussions with the governor of Kiambu, His Excellency Nyoro, and the governor is up to it, and he says that he wants to stop this menace. So we formed a committee, an inspection committee, which is going around the county, trying to find out, to carry out a rapid assessment of the state of construction in the county, which constructions that are going on, which ones are safe, and which ones are unsafe. The main place where we've gone wrong is that previously the issue of development control used to be under the local government, and therefore every local authority used to have the city engineers department, which used to be in charge of enforcement, supervision of construction. For some reason, the law was changed, and the enforcement role was moved from the city engineers department to the director of city planning. Planners are involved in terms of the usage of land, but they don't have training to oversee physical construction. So we like to get back to where the problem started, and we urge the county governments to ensure that they beef up their engineering departments. They employ professional engineers in those departments to ensure that they are able to check the submissions that are made by developers, they are able to check that the designs are okay, and they are able to hold accountable that when the constructions are happening, the engineers who have done the drawings are involved. The registration and regulation of contractors falls under the National Construction Authority. So in addition to the NCA just registering projects and ensuring that they have been designed and they are being carried out by a registered contractor, we urge the National Construction Authority also to hold accountable contractors for agreeing to carry on construction without following up that the engineer who had submitted the drawings, the engineer whose drawings they are using, has been on site and checked every stage of construction. If that were to happen, the issue of collapsing buildings will be forgotten. It is not really complicated for you as a contractor. You are using drawings which have a title. That title has a physical address. They even sometimes have a mobile number of the engineer who has prepared those drawings. So it's not asking too much, but that contractor should ensure that every stage of that construction as required, because he signs a contract with the developer that he's going to do that construction in accordance with the drawings and the specifications. And the person who confirms that the drawings and specifications are being followed is the designer, the author of those drawings and the author of the specifications. So these contractors should ensure that before they cover up works, the author, who is the engineer, the requisite professional, has visited the site instead of carrying out work and supervised. Yeah.
The Institution of Engineers of Kenya is planning a major forum down in Mombasa, and this comes at a time when a number of key issues are happening in your sector. Perhaps just give us a sense of, are we going to see earth-shaking reforms on the engineers profession moving forward? And of course, give us a glimpse of what to expect from the Mombasa event. For
this year, actually, we will come together and realize, because of the pandemic, because of the challenges that we faced, the slowdown in the development of economy, we think that we need to embrace professionalism in the way we do things. And professionals, mainly engineers, can help us accelerate the economic recovery that we need to address as a country. The president, of course, is doing his bit, but we need to get together. And as engineers, we are doing it next week in Mombasa, where we get together, we discuss the current trends in engineering, the practice. We've put together international speakers, starting from the president of the World Federation of Engineering Organizations to the president of the Federation of African Engineering Organizations, who will give us keynote addresses. We are also developing a current state of infrastructure record card for Kenya. So we are trying to finalize that, and this effort is being led, it's been sponsored by the Royal Academy of Engineering. We've invited the team leader, who is coming physically to join us. We're trying to finalize this, and we try to launch this infrastructure record card during the conference. We're lucky, the President, His Excellency Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, has agreed to be the chief guest at the opening ceremony on Tuesday at 9 a.m. And then also the former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, has agreed to close the conference on Friday at 11 a.m. So we expect that at the end of the conference, we shall have in place a raft of resolutions, which we engineers are going to take on board. We're going to implement to move this country forward in the economic recovery at an accelerated rate.
All right. And just getting your parting shot, what would be the underlying objective of the forum in Mombasa, and why should people attend?
The main reason why we need the forum, as I have explained, is that as an engineer, you cannot say what you are taught at university is what you are going to use for your practice. There are new trends, there are emerging technologies. So we need an avenue where we get together, discuss these current trends, and also meet each other and find out what other people are doing, get together, socialize, and network. And then we also have we are partnering with the Engineers Board of Kenya, who is our regulator. And for you to get your practice license renewed, you need to meet some minimum, what we call professional development units. So by attending the conference for 1 week, you will get 25 PDUs, professional development units, which is 50% of what you need to attain in a whole year. So in addition to getting the knowledge, you'd also get these PDUs, and you'd also get to meet colleagues, to network, and also relax. Mombasa is a holiday place, so you take time when we are not discussing engineering to socialize, meet each other, and take a bit of the break. We've also organized on Saturday a golf tournament for those who play golf, those who want to learn to play golf also. We shall have sponsored by the Mabati Rolling Mills at Nyali Golf Club on Saturday. So we urge all our members to ensure that they are part of this conference. They should not be left behind because it happens once only every year. So we urge all of us. We still have a few places left. Unfortunately, because of the COVID-19 Ministry of Health regulations, the physical attendance has already been closed, but we have a few places. Those who want to join us virtually, please ensure that you do it so that we are able to send you the information, the login details in time, and we are also able to carry out a dry run with you so that you don't experience any challenges during the conference. We also have a curtain raise activity for women. We have the Women Engineers the conference, which will be on Monday, the whole day. We've set it aside for that conference. And the main theme for that is the power of diversity. The women engineers in Kenya are still few, so we need to encourage young girls to take up engineering courses. Therefore, we have this session where the women who are already in engineering meet, share their experiences, share their successes, share their challenges, so that they are able to hold each other's hands and move together. Yeah.
Fantastic. Looking forward to that.
Thank you very much, Abby. We hope to host you at the conference and take this chance to invite all of us. You don't need to be an engineer to join us. As I say, the virtual attendance is still open. Please take time and reach out to us. We shall guide you how you can join us. Thank you very much for having me.
Pleasure having you on the program, and we hope to engage with you in the near future. Thank you so much, Engineer Nathaniel Matalanga.
Hey, that's good to know that I don't have to be an engineer to join the Engineer Board of Kenya's webinars. Well, I'm going to consider that. Abby, what do you think?